So welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Prasannatma Prabhuji to enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam. So thank you so much Prabhuji for giving your valuable association and time to all of us. Now I would like to hand over the call to you Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity. Just 1 second, I'm preparing. Hare Krishna, can you all hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, wonderful. So today we'll start with prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayat Srunvatam Swakataha Krishnaha Punyasravana Kirtanaha Hrudayantastahi Abhadrani Vidunoti Suhritsutam Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaye Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki. So today's topic, we are entering into a new chapter. The chapter's name is Lord Vishnu appears in the sacrificial arena. So today we are going to discuss from first sloka to fourth sloka. I will read the slokas now. Maitreya Uvacha. Bhagavan api Vaikunta Sakam Maguvata Vibhuhu Yajnai Yajnapatihi Tushta Yajnubhu Tam Abhashitaha. The word-to-word meaning and the translation. I will go into the translation directly. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, being very much satisfied by the performance of 99 horse sacrifices, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, appeared on the scene, accompanying him with King Indra. Lord Vishnu then began to speak. Sloka number 2, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Eshaste akarshit bhangam hayameda satasya kakshamapayataha atmanam amushya kshutum arhasi. The translation, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, said, My dear King Prithu, Indra, the king of heaven, has disturbed you, the execution of 100 sacrifices. Now he has come with me to be forgiven by you. Therefore, excuse him. Purport. In this verse, the word Atmanam is very significant. It is a custom among yogis and jnanis to address one another as oneself, for a transcendentalist never accepts as a living being to be the body. Since the individual self is a part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the self and the super self are qualitatively non-different. As the next verse will explain, the body is only a superficial covering, and consequently an advanced transcendentalist will not make a distinction between oneself and another. Text number 3. Sudiyah sadavo loko naradeva narottama na abhidruhyanti bhutebhya yarhi na atma kalevaram. O king, one who is advanced in intelligence and eager to perform welfare activities for others is considered best among human beings. An advanced human being is never malicious to others. Those with advanced intelligence are always conscious that this material body is different from the soul. Purport. In daily life, we find that when a madman commits murder, he is excused even by a high court judge. The idea is that a living entity is always pure because he is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When he falls into the clutches of the material energy, he becomes a victim of the three modes of material nature. In these, whatever he does under the influence of material nature, as stated in Bhagavad Gita. The embodied spirit master of city of the body does not create activities, nor does he induce people to act, nor does he create the fruits of action. All this is enacted by the modes of material nature. Actually, the living entity our soul does not do anything. Everything is done under the influence of modes of material nature. When a man is diseased, the symptom of the disease becomes a source of all kinds of pain. Those who are advanced in transcendental consciousness or Krishna consciousness are never envious, neither of the soul nor of the activities of the soul under the influence of material nature. Advanced transcendentalists are called Sudhiyas. Sudhiya means intelligence. Sudhi means highly advanced. Sudhi means devotee. One who is both devoted and highly advanced in intelligence does not take action against the soul or the body. If there is any discrepancy, he forgives. It is said that the forgiveness is the quality of those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge. Purusha yadi muhyanti tadrusha deva mayaya srama eva nik.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, we cannot hear.
Yeah. Sramayeva param jataha dirghaya vruddha sevaya. So the translation for this is if a personality like you, who are so much advanced because of executing the instruction of previous acharyas, is carried away by the influence of material energy, then all your advancement may be considered simply a waste of time. Purport. In this verse, the word Vruddha Savya is very significant. Vruddha means old. Savya means by service. Perfect knowledge is acquired from the acharyas or liberated souls. No one can be perfect in knowledge without being trained by the Parampara system. Prithu Maharaj was completely trained in that line. Therefore, he did not deserve to be considered an ordinary man. An ordinary man who has only a conception of bodily existence is always bewildered by the modes of material nature. So, such a excellent purports and translation. So before going into the translation, I would like to do some prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadankitam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadanvaitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Sri Lalita Sri Vishakanvaitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dhyana Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasya Krupa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Swami Iti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavada Prachachade Satarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Iti Namine Madhuryojvala Premajya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Sri Gaura Karuna Sekti Vigrahaya Namostute Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vinoda Iti Namine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Namine Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. So today we are entering this new chapter, chapter 20th. So there are very important things to consider in this chapter. So the whole sequence that's going on.
Is not Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Your live is not coming, Prabhuji. Can you please try one time?
I think the YouTube is somehow not working. You can check the Facebook Live. Facebook Live is working well.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
You can copy that link to our WhatsApp group.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, chapter 20th, text 1. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, being very much satisfied by the performance of 99 horse sacrifices, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, appeared on the scene. Accompanying him with King Indra, Lord Vishnu then began to speak. So now Lord Vishnu came with Indra to speak with King Prithu. So second verse, this is highly significant verse. Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, said, "My dear King Prithu, Indra, the King of Heaven, has disturbed your execution of 100 sacrifices. Now he has come with me to be forgiven by you, therefore excuse him." In this purport, Srila Prabhupada said, Atmanam. This is very, very, very important that, the whole Bhagavad Gita starts with this concept. Dehinosmin yada dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tada dehantara prapti deras tatra namusyate. So, once Arjuna surrendered to Krishna, Krishna started saying, the basic thing of spirituality is, we are not these bodies, we are spirit souls. The whole second chapter, Bhagavad Gita, up to 30th verse, discusses about this crucial element that is differentiating between body and soul. So that's why even there is saying in India, people say Atmiya, you are like my soulmate. Even in English, there is a word called soulmate. In Telugu or Sanskrit or Hindi, there is a word called Atmiya. Sometimes we identify bodily connection, right? My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, But in reality, people who are highly elevated like yogis, jnanis, sadhus, they are connecting every human being and every creature as Atma, Atmiya. So that's why this is extremely, extremely important. When Srila Prabhupada, he was in his room, there is an ant that came to eat the prasadam that is left over. And at that time, one of the devotee wants to, injure or do something bad to the ant. Even Srila Prabhupada saw the ant as a spirit soul. And he put that ant on a small paper and asked the servant to go out and, release the ant, so that we don't injure the ant. So that's how a Paramatma or Paramahamsa sees. And also Prabhupada, right, here people in general, did you take bath when you go into the temple? What caste you born in to offer DP service? Are you very pious? These are all external cleanliness. That is very important. Bhagavad Gita says, Maline mochanam pumsam jalasnanam dine dine sakrut gitamrita snanam samsara malanachanam. So people take bath every day, right? But when do people take bath? To the soul. People take bath to the soul only when they hear Krishna Kada, Bhagavad Gita. This verse is in the Bhagavad Gita opening verse, in the opening introduction. Maline mochanam pumsam jalasnanam dine dine sakrut gitamrita snanam samsara malanasanam. If you take Gita, snana, means, drinking Gita, cleaning your heart with Gita, then it's samsara malanasanam. The whole concept is being started with very single thing, that is, we are not this body, we are spirit soul. That's how Vishnu is telling to Prithu, hey Prithu, you are not an ordinary person, you are very elevated individual. The body is a superficial covering. So please see this distinction between body and soul. So the third verse is very important. That is saying that one who is advanced in knowledge and eager to perform welfare activities for others is considered best amongst human beings. An advanced human being is never malicious to others. Those with advanced intelligence are always conscious that this material body is different from the soul. See, Srila Prabhupada, when he came to Boston Pier, he came from Vrindavan, Radha Damodar temple, to Boston. And when he saw what's going on in America, he said, "Oh my God, why you brought me here? I am your most insignificant beggar. A 70-year-old man, what can I do in this country? This is like, that's a terrible condition. This is peaks of Maya. Why you brought me here?" But Srila Prabhupada, in those drug addicts, in those hippies, in those woman chasers, he only saw Atma. He didn't saw the external covering. And he even let the woman, it's never heard of, to enter into the Garbhagudi and, to do DT service. So Srila Prabhupada, he never differentiated between, white, black, yellow, orange, brown. He never differentiated between male, female, anything. He never differentiated between which country, America, Canada, India, Japan, UK, you name it. Now the movement is in tens of countries, maybe 100, close to 100 countries. So his vision is Atmanam, and he is never malicious, right? Prabhupada is never malicious. Imagine, even a small mistake people cannot tolerate, right? In the temple you see, when you go to the temple and sit, like small mistakes. Oh, you should have done like that. You should have chanted like that. You should have done book service like that, or something. But Srila Prabhupada, these people don't even know Rama, Krishna, Tilak, kurta, or sari, nothing, or cooking. So Srila Prabhupada is like all in one. He is writing books, he is managing temples, he is teaching people how to do, this kurta, how to put tilak. Imagine what kind of a personality he is. So he is never malicious to others. So the first thing in spiritual life, it's very tough. Words, giving a class is easy, but practicing it is very difficult, extremely difficult, because we are trapped in the Maya. In the Maya. Anyways, in this verse, a beautiful sloka was quoted, 5.14. The embodied spirit master of the city of the body does not create activity, nor does he induce people to act, nor does he create the fruits of action. All this enacted by the modes of material nature. So, very important thing, a same person is so sattvic, same person is rajasic, same person is tamasic, same person is the beast, right? So why this is? Yesterday I was reading Bhishma Stuti, in that Srila Prabhupada wrote a very nice thing, that when a spirit soul, when it came out of the blazing fire, it loses its spark, right? It dies, it becomes ashes. So in the same way, when a spirit soul, when he left Krishna's holy feet, when he left Bhagavatam, when he left all these things, immediately what happens is the spark will die. And we fall in the material nature. Material nature, and we develop all these 6 qualities. Just by staying in here means it is guaranteed that we are prisoners, we are suffering with 6 diseases. Kama, Krodha, lust, anger, envy, greed, damba. So there are no enemies outside us. The only enemy is inside us. Kama, Krodha, Mada, Mascharya, Ahankara. These are the enemies that are charging on us every day by the modes of material nature. So, transcendentalists, also called Sudhiya. Sudhi means intelligence, highly advanced. Sudhi means devotee. One who is devoted and highly advanced in intelligence does not take action against the soul or the body. It is there, any discrepancy, he forgives. It is said that the forgiveness is the quality of those who are advancing in spiritual knowledge. We get, forget. Right? Krishna gives, forgives. See how much we got from Krishna, unlimited. But we forget. See, that's why 99.99%, they don't know where the oxygen is coming from. They don't know where the water is coming from. They don't know where we are standing on Mother Earth. They don't know the importance of sunlight. Who is giving the sun, light to us? Without all this, we cannot even live for 1 minute, right? No oxygen, no water, no sunlight, no air. But in spite of that, they challenge Krishna. Oh, God is not there. So that is called get, forget. You get unlimited and you forget. But what Krishna does? Krishna gives, forgives. So this is very, very, in spiritual life, the basic is, even Bhagavad Gita, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Suni Saiva Swapaka Pandita Samadarshinaha. A learned person will see an intelligent person, a dog eater, horse, elephant, same thing, no difference. A mudha, a ignorant person will differentiate. My country, my people, it's my. Even 18.54, Brahmabhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati samasarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktam labate param. 18.54, Brahmabhuta Prasannatma. So, people always ask, oh, I am chanting for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, I am doing a lot of service. Why nothing is happening? The simple answer is Brahma Bhuta. Brahma Bhuta means seeing everything as a part and parcel of Brahman, Krishna. Prasannatma. Prasannatma means always peaceful, no lamentation, no worriness, always cool, peaceful. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Na sochati, na kankshati. Don't worry. Don't desire. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundariyam. Savitam va jagadisha kamaye. Right? Don't worry about anything, what happens in our life, and don't desire anything. Na sochati, na kankshati, sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhiktam labate param. And see, very important. Okay, even if you have all these qualities, is it good enough? No, it's not good enough. The most important thing is sama sarveshu bhuteshu. You have to see all the spirit souls equally. And then what happens? Madbhaktam labate param. Then you get bhakti. You don't get bhakti just by... It is all like developing these qualities over a period of time. It doesn't happen in 1 day, 10 days, 1 year, 10 years. It's a process. But every time, okay, I am in Krishna consciousness for 5 years. Okay, anyways, it's coming next one. If a personality like you, who are so much advanced because of executing the instructions of previous acharyas, is carried away by the influence of material energy, then all your advancement may be considered simply a waste of time. Now, Vishnu is telling to Prudu Maharaj, saying, hey Prudu, you did 99 yajnas. You are such an advanced devotee. Now somebody is poking you. Right? Now, if you are angry at them, whatever you achieved so far is wiped off. Your so-called advancement is waste of time. This is the first jewel of this today's class. If this word, the word Vrudha Savya is very significant. Vrudha means old, Savya means by service. Perfect knowledge is got from the Acharyas of the liberated soul. No one can be perfect in knowledge without being trained by Parampara system. Prutu Maharaj was completely trained in this line. Therefore, he did not deserve to be considered an ordinary man. An ordinary person who has only a conception of bodily existence is always bewildered by the modes of material nature. So the meaning is, so when you are in the Krishna, so it's extremely important that I read somewhere. If you are in a spiritual journey, if you are in a religious journey, if your heart is not softened like a sweet butter, all the time you invested is just waste of time. And here in the purport, it's not my words. You can say, Neha Vikramo nasosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya prayato mahato bhaya. You can quote that verse 2.41, right? Okay, 2.40. Even in bhakti, if even you do little bit, it's never be a waste. Now, why you are saying waste of time? Right? Here Lord Vishnu is saying, see this translation, Vrudha Savaya. If a person, Vruddha Savaya, if a person like you who is so much advanced because of executing the instructions of previous acharyas is carried away by the modes of material nature, then all your advancement may be considered simply a waste of time. So, I think two take-home points, very important is, one, we have to see everyone as a spirit soul. Number two is be very careful about lust, anger, greed, envy, all these things. And number three, very important, of course we see people as spirit souls and we are very compassionate, but this is very important that Lord Krishna killed, Lord Rama killed, Lord Nrsimhadev killed. So, if there is a demoniac mentality, if there is a cunning mentality, we have to act as per the time, place and circumstance, right? If a snake comes, with a poisonous snake comes, now you start thinking, I have to see everything equally and I should have to tamper this snake. And you say, Prasannatma Prabhu said, never harm anything. And you go to that snake and it gives a bite and you die. So is it a correct thing? No. So that's why common sense is very important. Extremely important. We try to do good things for others, but at the same time there is some danger coming to us. You should act in that manner. We don't harm that snake, but we go away from that snake. But we don't go close to that snake. So sometimes, people take things not in a practical aspect. We never harm anyone. But in the same way, we don't go to those harmful creatures too. Imagine Srila Prabhupada, how many people he has to deal with. 108 temples. people are writing letters about small things, how to raise our kids, or other small things like, how to build a temple, or other big things going on in the society. So he is dealing each and every person as per the time, place and circumstance. And if you read Srila Prabhupada's purport, one purport, it looks like one thing, and the same point, the other purport tells you different things. When I say waste of time, actually it's never waste of time, right? We have so many instances, Draupadi and everything. But the common sense aspect is very important as per that particular verse. But, bhakti is never waste of time. But the advancement from here to go to Vaikuntha planet, Goloka Vrindavan, it takes many janmas. Bahunama janma namante jnanavan mam prapajyati. Now we are waking up at like 4 in the morning, chanting, doing classes to see Krishna, God, face to face in this janma. That is our end goal. What is our end goal? Is, okay, I have to please Krishna. I have to go back to Godhead. Right? To achieve that goal, we have to quickly climb the ladder. In the sense, ladder in the sense, more and more detached and more service. So the example is from first grade to PhD, usually takes like maybe 20 years. But we don't have 20 years time. The advancement I'm talking is first grade to PhD can be achieved in this lifetime. Means going back to Godhead. Or we can say, oh, I spent whole 100 years and I only achieved from kindergarten to first grade. You see the difference? So in bhakti, nothing is waste. But how much advancement we are achieving on a daily, day-to-day basis, nobody gives judgment. Prabhupada said, nobody gives certificate how you are advancing. In your heart, Kshirodaskai Vishnu, your spiritual master, and of course the parampara system, they will, there is no outside person to judge you. Only you have to judge you. And also in this verse, parampara system is very, very important. Until and unless you are connected to this parampara system, having a spiritual master, bhakti is not started. Anyways, I like discussion. 7 o'clock. I will end here, and let's do some discussion about on a daily, day-to-day basis. At work, people are malicious. Our neighbors are malicious, or kind of like whatever. So how we can check this anger, lust, greed, so that we live simple living, high thinking. Any devotees, any thoughts about today's discussion? We discussed so many aspects.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a beautiful class. Yeah, Prabhuji. You are talking about how we check on ourselves. It's like just whenever you feel something depressed or you feel some anger or something, talk to our seniors. That really helps. Or hear some Prabhupada lecture, or chant some extra round or something like that. It really helps me personally. So that's what I just wanted to share, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody wanted to share anything or any question? Please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, Mataji. Yes, definitely. But when you are in the anger, you are carried away. It's very important coming from material energy to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. You are exactly correct. When you are anger, lusty, greed, malicious, the only thing that will save us is 2.54, Vishya Vinvastante, right? These are very powerful. We cannot control them. But when you come to the lotus feet of Krishna, Harikada, then automatically these will be controlled. Yeah. Even in the devotee circles, I'm honest here, we feel envious. That's a issue. Or we feel, insulting sometimes. So it's very, very, very important to always go back to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and try to focus more on Harikatha and Harikirtan. And also the other important thing is, how to see everyone equally at a soul, Atmiya. That is another challenge. So maybe the solution is chant more and more and more and hear Harikatha, and Krishna will bring us to that level. As we said, yes, Mataji, please go ahead. So any comments, any thoughts?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. You said that to deal with lust, anger, greed, we should go to Krishna's lotus feet. Practically speaking, what exactly does that mean, go to Krishna's lotus feet? Does that mean simply chant, in the heat of anger, for example, or in the heat of lust, should we just immediately start chanting? Because I think, when we do that, I don't think we immediately feel that lust, anger, greed has dissipated. So is it that we're talking about over time by doing that it will happen, or as opposed to in the moment?
Yes, nice point. So when we are going through any of this lust, anger, greed, chant. Chant, keep chanting. Just move away from that situation. We have to very carefully protect our Bhakti Lata base. If these are coming into our heart and poisoning our heart, immediately chant. Chant, and while you are chanting, of course, Nama gives Rupa. Rupa gives Guna. When you say, Krishna, please help me. I am at your lotus feet. Please, please, please help me. Begging. That's why after initiation, they asked us to beg. Actually, devotees, it means begging. Prabhupada said, in the Boston Pier, he wrote, I'm the most insignificant beggar. In the beggars also, again, there is most insignificant beggar. So, the answer is yes. Chanting is the solution for everything. Chanting will take us to Krishna. Once you see Krishna, once you think about Krishna Katha, Krishna Leela, all these troubling things to the heart will be wiped off. So that is correct, Mataji, chanting.
You said
in this situation.
Yeah, but not necessarily right away will it be all wiped off. Because I'm sure in the heat of the moment, you're just absorbed in the emotion.
Yes. That's why, intelligence is very important. Try to avoid the heat of the moment, saying that, time out, sorry for this whole thing, let's talk later, and going away from the heat of the moment. That's where, Krishna's mercy comes in, right? When we chant, we can go to Krishna up to some extent, but based on our daily practice, Krishna has to come also. It's very tough. We are just carried away in that heat of the moment of anger, lust, greed. But by seeing our sincere prayers every day, Krishna will come and give that thought in that heat of the moment, hey, take a break. So that will happen. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaye. When does that happen? Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu. All that is troubling to the heart will be wiped off when we chant here every day, all day, 24/7. It's a work in progress. Slowly it will happen, there is no doubt. But what is the recipe for it? Chant here, under Srimad Bhagavatam. The verse I said just now is the prayers we do before Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaye. If you do Bhagavata seva, means hearing, right? Seva means how do you do seva to Bhagavatam? Is by hearing every day. All that is troublesome to the heart will be wiped off. And you get bhakti. Any other thoughts, suggestions?
Yeah, it was just one more thing, Prabhu. You, at one point in the class, late in the class, you said that this is the crest jewel of this class, and I missed the point.
Oh yeah, the crest jewel of this class is the fourth verse where Krishna is telling that to the Pradhu, hey Pradhu, you are such an advanced devotee. If you don't forgive Indra, all your advancement may be considered simply a waste of time. Imagine Pradhu, such a glorious devotee, but if he is angry, if he is lusty, if he cannot forgive Indra, the whole purpose is defeated. So that's why it's very, very important. By chanting, by years of chanting, what is our higher accomplishment? Every day, by our process, by our bhakti, are we going close, one step closer to Krishna or not? That's it. If we are staying there, same lust, same greed, same anger, same everything, 20 years back, but we are in the Krishna consciousness for 20 years, nothing changed in our heart, nothing changed, that is waste of time. Considered a waste of time.
And the problem is what, probably like offenses or?
Yes, the problem is change in the heart, right? Is our heart changing or not?
No, I know, but I'm saying if your heart is not changing, I'm asking, is the cause most likely offenses to the name, or what?
Yes, offenses to the name, inattentive chanting. So, chanting, when we eat, if we eat shadow food, right? If I give banana and I will ask to eat a shadow banana, and you keep eating shadow banana, nothing, your hunger is not decreasing, nothing is not decreasing. If you eat real banana, then of course your hunger, you will get energy. In the same way, we chant, but that, real chanting where Rupa Goswami says, when give me like thousands or millions of ears and tongues, and each word of Krishna gives unlimited nectar. Even Mahaprabhu says when we chant, the hair should stand up and the throat should choke. Is it happening? Not right. It's a work in progress. It will happen. So, and again, who will give the certificate to this? We ourselves will give certificate. Am I chanting 16 rounds? Am I chanting 16 attentive rounds? Am I chanting 16 quality rounds? Who gives certificate? Ourselves. So yes, it all boils down to offenses to Vaishnavas, offenses to holy name. Yes, the answer is those two are very important.
Hey, Prabhu, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I really like the discussion. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I just wanted to tell one more thing. So, like when we are anger, especially like I'm trying to meditate on this, it's really helping me. I just wanted to share what will our guru, if we are anger and you wanted to shout it on somebody else, and then you at least remember your guru and your Shiksha guru. What your guru will think if you try to shout at somebody else? Is your guru happy with that? If you can remember that thing, maybe we can calm down at that moment. It's really helping me. At least, if not calming down, if you shout also, at least that gives you that moment to realize that we did a mistake. We need to be sorry. At least that initially, even though you are committing mistake and you're anger, you're shouting and all that happened, but still you realize that mistake had happened. At least that is the first step, and then slowly you will not at all come to that level of shouting at others. I really feel that it's really helping me, Prabhu. I just wanted to share that one point. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate. Yes, always think about Prabhupada is sitting with you and Krishna is watching you, and still, your guru is watching you, then how do you behave in front of them? Actually, Krishna is watching. Imagine, when we chant, Krishna is sitting with us and seeing, and sitting in our mind and seeing. And when we anger, lust, every second Krishna is watching. He is not. We cannot escape. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam, first verse, right? That's what it says. Dharma projita kaitavaktra paramaha nirmaktaranam sattam vajyam. No. First verse. Anyways. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. As usual, very nectarian class, and especially you explain about japa. Whenever somebody, I have seen in a Vaishnava also, they criticize other Vaishnava. So we have to just stop. We have to explain them, please stop to criticize, and we have to chant. And yes, in a material world also, there is in an office or in a house, without we are not intent to hurt anybody, but somebody is anger, all the office frustration or some outside frustration without reason. That time also we have to turn ourselves, because we have to take a vow in initiation time that we are serving Vaishnava as Das Dasani Das Bhav. But me, very fallen soul, that time I forgot, and once in a month I become angry. But I will be, Vinayaka Mataji correcting me that we should be very honest and very humble, and we should turn the face, and we should not answer in an anger way. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for correcting us. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. I really like this discussion, and it's easy to say. For me, I also suffer with all these things. every day. Our only hope is chanting. In Omaha, Nebraska, we don't have temple. We only meet once a week. But chanting is a beautiful thing. It's available anywhere, everywhere. So our only hope is chanting. Only hope is chanting. And Harikada, Prabhupada's voice, very powerful, very powerful. It's tough.
Yes,
very tough.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, I agree with you that Harikatha, hearing, please forgive me, hearing is most important when we are upset or when somebody is flowing his all frustration. That time when we are hearing Krishna Katha, we feel relaxed. And yes, now I will be chant more when somebody is frustrated or somebody is angry, and I turn my face from that place.
Very nice, very nice. Hearing, it's all hearing. Even in the clinic, in the hospital, I will put Maha Mantra, even, in the workplace. So the very small voice, nobody can hear, nobody can recognize, but I can recognize Maha Mantra. So keep it going, 24/7. Maha Mantra, Prabhupada's class, keep it going. The only solution for this is hearing. Sranvatam swakataha Krishnaha, punyasravana kirtanaha. Hear. Chant. That is the secret formula to change our hearts. It takes, because our hearts, the impressions are there for many, many janmas, right? If you don't see it exactly similar person. Why? Because we have different journeys in this process. So we are battling something. We carried this baggage for many janmas, unlimited. And we are trying to fix the whole thing in 1 year, one janma. So that's the battle. But it's possible by by Krishna's mercy, Prabhupada's mercy. Anything and everything is possible. No doubts. Anything and everything is possible. Any other questions?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hari Bol.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to assembled Vaishnavas, Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Avacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Please bless me and us so that our devotional life gets better. It's only through Vaishnava's blessing anything can possible. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Let's all offer obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Grace Prasannatma Prabhuji ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.